I'm coming here to talk to you tonight a little bit about augmentative communication and the impact of customizing communication systems for our students and our patients when they get brand new devices. Now, communication device manufacturers have been doing an increasingly good job providing us with comprehensive communication systems. There are several excellent choices in the AAC application world that give us keyboards, thousands of French words and categories and subcategories, topic-based and functional pre-stored messages, and solid core vocabulary displays of our most frequently occurring words. Morphological and syntax support, such as word endings like verb tenses and cues for word ordering sentences, are available on many AAC applications. But is the AAC application, even for a dedicated communication device, truly an out-of-the-box, straight-to-the-user experience? Definitely not. One of the most important features that a communication device needs is personally relevant, meaningful, and motivating words and messages. Every person using AAC needs a way to talk about their family, their favorite leisure activities, favorite places to go, and subjects to discuss. As diligent as an AAC developer may be, they can't know this type of information about every user, and that is where we, SLPs and teachers who are supporting our patients and our students, come into play. Now, it's highly important that we assist our families of AAC users in planning and sometimes programming their AAC systems to include all of these highly relevant messages. When I'm called in to troubleshoot an AAC application that's never worked for an individual, I very often find there isn't a single personal word or message anywhere on the system. No family photos, no Lara bars or Snickers, no Six Flags or McDonald's. At times, we can drastically change a person's acceptance and willingness to use our AAC system simply by adding photographs of these items. We want to be thoughtful to put these items, and I think this is a caution, you want to be careful and thoughtful about putting these items in places that are easily accessible both cognitively and physically, or i.e. not buried too deep, but not taking up too much space on the home page, right? So really being careful about where we put things. Now, there are several components that we use when we're doing customization of our communication devices. The first thing that we do is we send out a family survey, or we interview the family. We ask them to give us lists of favorite food items, names of important people, frequent or favorite places that they go, leisure activities, favorite artists, characters, personal medical hygiene items. If they're tube fed, we need to have that on the device. We don't need little symbols of people eating by mouth if they're tube fed, right? And then anything else that's particularly important to the students, their favorite character, SpongeBob or Barney or Paw Patrol, that are really important to that person. Well, we want to make sure that those items are on the device. The second thing that we do is we send out a school survey. For us, we're working in the school, so we want to spend time talking to the teachers and the SLPs, the paraprofessionals, about the things that are important in those environments. So we ask them to contribute as well, to make us lists. We're looking for lists of classmates, teachers, and staff, a schedule of their daily activities, the subjects that they're taught, the places that they go at school, the places that they might go in the community. Do they have community-based instruction and take the bus out to Target each week? Those are important things to know about and to make sure that exist on the communication device. When we have these lists, the next step is to start looking for personal photographs. Now, most of us want to use predominantly text or picture symbols on our devices because they're generalizable. A symbol of a cookie can mean multiple types of cookie, right? But a photograph of an Oreo pretty much means an Oreo, right? So you want to mostly use clip art and symbols for people who understand that type of a symbol. But even if you have someone who can read, is literate, or understands picture symbols, you still want to add personal photographs. If I had a communication device to use to interact, I would want photographs of my children and photographs photographs of my husband and my dogs. I would like to have pictures of those very personally meaningful people and places in my life. So we're going to request photos of the people. Yes, even if they get all shy on you. Important people photos are critical. So I rarely accept no for an answer on this one without a lot of discussion. We can also think about if you need photographs for specific places or favorite artists. You can use Google image searches to find those. The images that are online are typically very, very good advertising images and marketing images. So that's a great place to go look. As I said, generic symbols are wonderful because of their flexibility, but a photograph of mom beats the mother symbol any day. You don't need photos of every personal word list item, but you want to be thoughtful about the ones that matter specifically to this individual. Generally, people, favorite places, characters, and artists are significant. The fourth thing that we want to consider is the programmer. Who is going to be responsible for customizing the device? There isn't one correct answer to this question. In most cases, there is one person who will take a leadership role on customizing the device. It might be a parent or sibling, it could be a teacher or a therapist, or if you're a member of our DTA Schools program, an AAC specialist or technician. And if your district has those people as well, those are people that may be doing some of that initial customization, kind of, as we say, we do the heavy lifting on customizing systems that when a student first gets their device or their AAC app. We want to be sure that someone accepts responsibility for making sure it's done and that the words are placed where they belong in the overall language or message organization of the system. Don't let someone put all of these words on the student's main or home page. There's just simply not enough real estate for the growing number of important words over the years. You'll end up with kind of a mess, right? So we want to stick to the organization of the system. Now, where can you get help? What are your development resources for customizing a device? Well, the first thing is a word list generator. So basically a way that you can gather word lists from important people. So the person using AAC, their family and team, or as we like to say, the stakeholders in that child being able to communicate well. We want to do this. You can do this in a variety of ways. You can interview the person. You may want to make a list for yourself in advance of what items you're going to be looking for or what names you're going to be looking for. We use a survey form for the home, and then we have a separate one for school. In our DTA Schools program, we have electronic versions of the home word list survey and the classroom word list survey that we created in Google Forms, and then those come right back to us. So that's something that's very easy for anyone to make that has that uses G Suite or Google. In our Google Forms, we've also added a way for respondents to add photographs right into the Google form, and so that it sends it conveniently to our Google Drive. So that's really handy. Other things that we need, other supplies we need in customizing the device that are very helpful are AAC device desktop or tablet editing programs. These are very helpful to allow us to begin to customize the system without ever taking it out of the individual's hands. This is particularly helpful if you're in the process of funding a device and the equipment hasn't arrived yet. Using the desktop version of the matching software, you can get the system ready to load and deliver the day the equipment arrives in your office. So some of the more commonly used programs that we have in our office are SnapCore First, Chat Editor, and Pass New Voice software. Tobii Dynavox Snap is a $60 program that you can download from mytobiidynavox.com. It's also something that if you are a licensed speech language pathologist, you can have access to for free. You just sign up for a professional account on Tobii Dynavox's website, and you can get that program for free. It's the exact same program that runs on Tobii Dynavox communication devices. This is the least expensive AAC program that you can purchase that includes a comprehensive communication vocabulary system. If you own a dedicated Tobii Dynavox device, so that means a device that not on an iPad or tablet, but a device that is dedicated to communication, you can also have free access to a copy copy of Snap Plus Core first that you can use for editing. So you just would download that free version onto your computer, sign into the same Tobii Dynavox account to which the device is attached, and it will talk on your Windows computer. You can also download Snap onto your iPad, and you can do your customization on that iPad, save it to the cloud, save it to your Tobii Dynavox account, and then download it right onto the student's device when the device arrives. So lots of options there. If you are a licensed SLP, again, you can have access to Snap either through your Windows computer or on an iPad by signing up for a professional account. The second program that we use the most in our office is Chat Editor. It's a free downloadable program for Windows that is created by PRC Saltillo, and it allows you to edit your students' NovaChat devices. It comes as a non-speaking application, but if it's helpful for you on your computer to have it speaking, when you have your student's NovaChat device, you can plug it right into your computer and it will start talking for you. This is a completely free option. So again, it's wonderful. There's no reason that you can't start customizing your child's device before that device is delivered to you. So it can take multiple weeks to get these devices funded and delivered. So this is a great way to go ahead and get a jump on that. HAS New Voice is the software on Pranky-Romic accent devices. So just like the other two programs, it is meant for customizing a student's AAC device. You can download it and you can run it onto your Windows computer. It is exactly the same software that comes on the devices. So you can do the customization, save it, and load it onto your student's device once the device arrives in your office. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Remember, those photos and things that are personally meaningful to your student are imperative as you are teaching them to communicate. Motivation is what keeps them engaged with us, and it helps them to be involved in the process of learning communication. So we'll see you next time.